Political discussion. We started this discussion around 8 months back, I believe, 1st of November or 2nd of November, prior to the historical election that happened in United States in 2024 November timeframe. We felt that something very different going to happen this time, and everyone is witnessing very different that is happening this time. If we see the Gaza Strip, unprecedented, forcibly starving people. I am 100% sure that no one would have seen this in his lifetime or her lifetime, that any country is forcing children to starve. This is what is happening in Gaza Strip, Palestine now. Amazingly, and head hitting in the wall with the tension. Anyway, what is next? Next, amazingly head hitting in the wall is the tariff on India, 25%, plus the penalty that is imposed on India for importing the crude oil from the Russia. India is importing crude oil from the Russia, and then for that America has now slapped 25% tariff on India. 25% tariff. It is a very, 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 very big amount. 25% of the tariff, in a sense that right now Pakistan has got 19% tariff, then India 25% tariff plus penalty. Means it is something like that. Donald Trump is completely unhappy with India, and day by day he reiterating that he mediated ceasefire between India and Pakistan repeatedly. He is saying that how he is unhappy with the India. Means he is not ignoring India, he is not forgetting India. Rather than he is unhappy with India. Okay, that is the scenario that is pursuing right now. Now India is in trouble. India is in trouble with 25% plus penalty tariff that has been imposed on the Indian product that would enter into America. That include the software services sector also. Means whatever the Indians are working in the American company, whatever they are helping, those softwares are entering into America through tariff only. There also the increment will happen. People are assessing, the economists are assessing that $33 billion is the tariff that Indian product entering into America they have to pay now. $33 billion. That is an extremely high amount. Now there are many scenarios that is working right now here. Donald Trump is in another phase with the Russia now. United States and European Union, they have clarified Russia that Russia must come to the peace ceasefire agreement discussion. Means Russia must come on table of the ceasefire agreement discussion within 50 days. Around 20 days are over. Now next 30 days, Russia must bend down and it has to come to the for the discussion. This is what America and European Union they have given ultimatum to the Russia. Now Russia will bend only when they will make Russia lame as far as Russia trade and economy is concerned. To make Russia lame, they have to control India. Now news is surfacing now. Donald Trump is talking about steeper tariff on India. 25% penalty is not sufficient, and he has openly announced that more tariff will be imposed on India. Means they are terrorizing world now. They are terrorizing trade of the world now. Donald Trump generally he do not lie. This is what we have been saying. If Donald Trump is saying, means it is in his mind. If more tariff come on India, then condition will deteriorate. Right now, the equity market in India is falling. If more tariff is placed on India, equity market would fall. There will be many other problems that would start happening. Okay, in that fashion, India is giving now some explanation. India is giving some kind of statement in this, that why India is buying crude oil from Russia. This is what India is giving some kind of explanation or some kind of word that America would pacify. This is the one story that we will talk. I believe Ranveer Jaiswal, he is the a spokesperson for the Ministry of External Affairs in the Indian. in Indian government. I believe he would be Indian Administrative Service or something like that. Very powerful post. Anyway, very intellectual people. Anyway, one thing. Second thing, there is one Madam Taylor Green. There is one Madam Taylor Green, and she is a lawyer, I believe. She is from Republican Party, and she is a congressman. Now she is advising Donald Trump that there is no need to make the tariff on India steeper. Means no need to increase the tariff on India more than 25% plus the penalty. Not required. If you really want to pressurize India to not buying any crude oil from the Russia, then control the H-1B visa. H-1B is a visa that America, United States of America, it releases, I believe more than, I don't know how much it is. I believe it is very high amount America is releasing H-1B visa. 72% of the H-1B visa is taken is more or less it is controlled by the Indians only. What is H-1B visa? Indian get H-1 visa to work for the American company. Someone must get H-1B visa, that is work permit visa. If someone get work permit visa, then he can go to the America and then he is now legally he can work for any American company. 72% of the H-1B visa what is being released, it is being utilized by Indians only. 12%, 1 to 12% is being utilized by Chinese professionals. More or less it is okay. It is now they are talking about student visa also. Out of the all student visa, more or less 80, I believe 75% of the student visa that USA is releasing nowadays, it is going to Indians only. Means very high amount. Very high amount, I believe so. More or less 70, more than 70% of the student visa also being utilized by the Indians only. Very high amount. Now, Madam Taylor Green is saying rather than making the tariff steeper and steeper, control the H-1B visa and F-type visa. F-type visa is for a student. Don't let any Indian working professional and a student enter into United States. That will be a big troublesome for the India, and they will bend and they will stop buying the Russian crude oil. This is one of the suggestions that is being given, that is being suggested to the Donald Trump. Anyway, now Donald Trump has to decide what he is going to do. Either he is going to make the tariff rate grow, more tariff rate, or he will control H-1B visa or F visa, F type of visa for the Indian students and Indian working professionals. Now, Indian ministry, now there is something called friend turned foe, friend turned enemy, friend turned foe. Now, India is whatever clarification India is giving, now it should be heard. Means it is now kind of, it would be surprised for the people. Now, what India is saying is that post Russia-Ukraine war, prior to Russia-Ukraine war, that is, I believe, April 2022. Prior to that, India was importing less than 2.5% of the crude oil of its consumption from Russia. 2.5%. That's it. Now it is more than 44%. Now India is saying that when the war between Russia and Ukraine started, okay, more or less the conventional crude oil suppliers, that I believe India is pointing towards the Middle East. So conventional crude oil suppliers, they were routed to Europe. Means Europe means at the, I believe there would be some scarcity, I don't know, or during the Corona period there would be a scarcity of the crude oil whatsoever. Now they started routing toward the European Union rather than coming to India. This is what Indian External Ministry is saying. Means there was a scarcity of oil during the in Ukraine-Russia war around 2022, around Corona period. There was a scarcity of the crude oil. Crude oil price was $128 per barrel. In that scarcity, European Union, the crude oil from the conventional supplier, they were routed toward the European Union. So India was not getting the crude oil. In that manner, in that scarcity, dearth of crude oil, India started taking crude oil from the Russia. This is what India is saying. Now India is proceeding in this discussion. Then India is saying that Indian Ministry of External Affairs, I believe Randhir Jaiswal or some, now they are saying that America, United States promoted India to buy crude oil from the Russia. This is what they are saying. When there was dearth of crude oil, then America promoted India to buy crude oil from the Russia because Indian need of crude oil is very high. Around more than 5 million barrels per day India need of the crude oil. That much was not available. So America also promoted India to buy the crude oil from the Russia. Okay, in that fashion, India was promoted since America said. When boss said, then slave has to or servant has to follow. That's why we bought the crude oil from the from the Russia. One thing has to be mentioned now that India is on foot now. India is not talking about any retaliatory to the America. India is giving only the kind of some what someone can say, only answering it. That's it. Okay, it is giving some kind of uh, excuses that why we are doing like this, rather than saying that we will also take our own measure if America is doing like that. Not in that way. India is completely bending now. Now, okay, so I'm sorry, United States feared that if crude oil is less and India will keep getting the crude oil from the natural supply like Middle East, then the crude oil will, the price will even it will become very high. In that sense, they promoted India to buy from the Russia. Okay, so India is saying what is our fault now? What next? India is saying that now let's see the engagement between Russia and European right now. Russia is exporting $78 billion worth product to the European Union right now. That is a very high amount when European Union is talking about sanction against Russia. European Union should stop buying anything from Russia. Rather than they are full fledged, they are buying Russian fertilizer and Russian auto or Russian I believe other parts. They are buying openly from Russia. Okay, this is not fair. If European Union can buy the $78 billion product from Russia, then why we cannot buy? This is what India is saying. Now they are proceeding even more than that. Now the Indian Ministry, Foreign Affairs, they are saying that the Russian crude oil that is coming to the Gujarat, Naira Energy, that is the refinery, that is in focus now, Naira Energy. Naira Energy is under sanction now. Okay, why they are in sanction? What is the circumstances? Now, India is saying that Russian crude oil is coming to the Naira Energy in Gujarat, and refined crude oil is going to European Union only. Means indirectly, European Union is buying Russian crude oil now also because they are good quality and cheaper price. This is what India is saying. The Russian crude oil is coming to the India, that is true. But refined crude oil is going to the European Union because they are cheaper. More or less, European Union is doing direct trade with the Russia now also. When they want Russia to bend down, still they are doing. And they are buying crude oil, refined oil from India, that is the Russian crude oil. Means more or less European Union are not following America the way America is thinking. Okay, America and Russia trade is at lowest mark. Now, $5 billion is a trade between Russia and America, more or less lowest. Till some time back, 3 years back, it was around $30 billion. Anyway, what is the trade between India and Russia? It is $68 billion. That is very, very high. $68 billion is very, very high. Now, India is saying that we will keep buying from the Russia. Okay, this is what India is asserting. We will go with more trade with the America. That is true. That we will do. But we will not stop buying from the Russia. This is what India is politely saying to the Donald Trump and America. What India will keep buying from the Russia? Crude oil, then uranium. Uranium India buy from the Russia for its nuclear plant. India uranium, India buy palladium. Palladium is a chemical that is used in the electrical companies in India. India would continue buying fertilizers from the Russia. This is what India is saying. India is not talking about the defense product, means indirectly defense product. Now it is something like that that Donald Trump is in deep trouble now. Now people are advising Donald Trump to take this measure, that measure, this measure, that measure. Why Donald Trump is in trouble now? European Union is with Donald Trump from outside only. From inside, European Union is doing trade with the Russia via media, through India, through this, through that, through that. They are doing trade with the Russia. This is what India is claiming. That is part number one. Okay. For what is part number two? Part number two is India cannot stop trade with the Russia. If European India is giving excuse that if European Union cannot stop trade with the Russia, then why we would stop trade with the Russia? Okay, India has deep dependency on the Russia for the on the defense sector. Russian fighter jet Su-57, Russian anti-missile system S-400, and like that, India is extremely dependent upon it because Pakistan is there, China is there, Burma is there. All are equipped with the Chinese product, and that is powerful than American product. In that fashion, no one would go for the security hole. This is called security hole. If you are pleasing America and buying American defense product, and then if Pakistan attack on you, then where will you go? Everything will shatter in one day only. Everything will shatter in one day only. Better to go with some losses in trade, but save your life. In that fashion, India very politely it is requesting Donald Trump to take away the high tariff. This is the news that is right now. What is behind the scene? Behind the scene is that don't what is behind the scene? Behind the scene is neither friend, neither the best friend. Okay, friend with the statement. There are friends with the statement, friends with the commitment. There are friendship. If someone has friendship with another friend, then there is a commitment friendship, and so all friendship shatters if quality of the product matters, and that's where Russia, China, they are coming ahead now. Russian products are very good. Wherever they are exporting, it is matchless now. Russian fertilizer, Russian uranium products, Russian chemicals, Russian petroleum products, Russian crude oil, everything is of high quality. Okay, in that fashion, European Union is also silently buying the Russian product. India is anyway buying. Okay, so Donald Trump has to look within itself, with himself, that why people India is buying directly, then European Union is buying indirectly, but all are buying. If product is powerful, then no rule and regulation work. This is the Donald Trump statement only. No tariff works. No tariff works for the high quality product, and that's where people are dependent upon Russia. No one to detach from the Russia. No one want to snap from the Russia. Okay, that is the one that Donald Trump must understand. European Union is not supporting America the way it is showing to the United States that we are with you, whatever you say we will do, but it's not happening. Everyone is saving money against the good quality product. What is the next that I'm going to tell is it is more devastating for the Donald Trump. If European Union is dependent upon Russia, full Asia is dependent upon the Russia, then what will happen to dollar then? Dollar is a between de facto currency for the trade between any two countries around the globe. When maximum part of the globe they will do trade with the China and Russia, then what is meaning of the dollar now? The stringent measure, the hard measure what Donald Trump is taking now, behaving like a dictator in trade, worldwide trade, he will crack down. He will not bend down, he will crack down. He will crack down because everyone wants trade with the China and Russia. How long this dollar will sustain? People will start using either the RMB yuan from the China or the or the or the ruble from the Russia, or if BRICS nation currency comes in, then they will be forced to use it. It will be easy for them. India would start buying crude oil from Iran. Iran is promising India to do trade in rupees only. Iran is saying explicitly, clearly, we don't want to do. You buy crude oil from us and pay in rupee only. No need to pay in dollar. Give rupee and we will give you crude oil, high quality crude oil in cheaper price. That India is avoiding for what? This is called junction breaking, threshold breaking. One time will come when threshold will break and then will be shattered. Dollar will become secondary. First primary will come, primary currency will come that will be more easy for this country to do the trade with the Russia. I believe so. Donald Trump is in trouble now. Okay, trouble. Whatever he is thinking that America is very great country and every country must abide by the America, then your product should also be great. This is what we are thinking.